Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Fashion, Beauty, and Wine. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Crystal, and we have a lot to talk about today. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 basic rules that every girl should know when they're going out to select makeup. Now, some of these rules have eventually come to me over the time of me experimenting with makeup, and so I decided to concoct this list to make it easier for you to select makeup when you're out and about and you really just don't know where to go when you're trying to select the perfect types of makeup. So the first thing that I want to highlight when you're on your makeup journey is how to select a primer and a matching foundation. This has got to be one of the hardest things that took me some time to catch on to. Now, the first thing that I want you to remember is, what is your skin type? Is your skin type oily? Is it dry? Is it combination? Now, depending on what your skin type is, you want to grab a primer and a foundation that's going to work the best with your skin. Now, if you're looking to have a hydrated look or you're looking to have a mattified look, then that's also half of your problem. So based on your skin type and based on what look you're going for, those are going to be your deciding factors when you're choosing a primer and a foundation. Now, if I have an oily skin and it's the summertime, most likely I'm going to want to have a mattifying primer. Now, anytime you have a mattifying primer, you generally want to go with a hydrating foundation and vice versa. The second thing that comes into play, and it's going to circle back to what I was saying originally, is you want to choose a foundation and a primer based off your skin type. Now, if it's summertime and I want to keep my oil under control, I'm going to choose a mattifying primer. Now, if I want to go for a hydrating, dewy look, I'm going to pair that with a hydrating foundation. Now, if my skin is just going to be super oily that day, the only time I'm going to break those rules is when I really want to control that oil, and so I'm going to use a mattifying primer as well as a mattifying foundation. Now, the trick is where you start entering dangerous territory is when you're applying matte on top of matte, hydration on top of hydration. If you have super oily skin, or if you have super dry skin, it may be okay to load those two combinations on top of each other. But generally, when you're going to the store, you really want to choose a hydrating primer with a mattifying foundation and vice versa. For example, Fenty Beauty is a great example of this. When Fenty Beauty created their foundation, they also created a primer. The foundation, while it was mattifying, the primer was very hydrating. Another rule of thumb that you want to also remember is that if that manufacturer or that brand has a primer that is supposed to go with that foundation, it's best that you do use that primer to go with the foundation, and that really cuts all of the work out of everything. The next thing that I want to highlight, which is number 3 on the list, is you should have 2 different types of foundations. Your skin changes throughout the year. Summer months, you're out in the sun, your skin is going to become darker, and in the winter months, when you're not as exposed to sun, you're going to ultimately be lighter. I always know if there's a particular foundation that I really love, I'm going to have a different color for the winter months versus the summer months. It's just a must-have. So if you're able to keep in mind that your skin color is going to change throughout the year, also go a step further and figure out how your skin reacts in different seasons. If you know that your skin is going to be darker and it's going to be oilier during the summer months, then you're going to try to select the foundation that's going to be dark enough for you, as well as a foundation that's going to keep those oils under control. Next, fragrant makeups. All I'm going to say about that is stay away, especially if you have sensitive skin. Fragrant makeups or anything that has fragrant in is going to irritate your skin. So stay away from fragrant makeup altogether. Let's talk about concealers. When you're choosing a concealer, it's a rule of thumb that you should choose a concealer that's 2 to 3 shades lighter than your original foundation. So if you're in the store and you don't know what concealer is going to work best for you, what I would do is find a foundation, match the foundation with a concealer, and then go 2 shades backwards. Now, if you're going for a more dramatic look, then I would go 3 shades lighter. And the same applies with the contour shades. You should also be going 2 to 3 shades darker than your original foundation. Eyeshadows. If you've ever wondered how YouTubers are able to make their eyeshadows last so long, make the colors pop, or how they're able to blend the out of their eyeshadows. Here are 3 things to keep in mind when you're looking to achieve those types of looks. The first thing is how to get a long-lasting eyeshadow. Now, the way to get a long-lasting eyeshadow is to make sure that you have primed your eyes. Now, it doesn't matter if you're priming your eyes with a concealer or an eye primer, but make sure that you're priming your eyes if you're looking to get a pop of color. Generally, what you want to do is just choose a shade that's extremely lighter than your skin tone. In some cases, I'll choose a white concealer to put on my eyes because I'm really looking to make that color pop. So in order to get that soft, smoky, blendable look, you're really going to want to set those eyes with a setting powder. Generally, a transparent setting powder, just so that you won't get any of the extra color, but you generally want to set your eyes with a setting powder and then go in and blend it, and you will notice a huge change. The next and last thing that you should always keep in mind when you're selecting a foundation, when you are going into the store to find the perfect shade and you're matching yourself, you never want to swatch your hand, your cheek, the jawline. You only want to swatch your chest. The first thing people look at when they look at you is your face and your chest area. So if there's any type of colors that are off, people are going to notice and they're going to clock you and know that you're wearing makeup. So in order to combat that problem, you don't want to swatch the cheek because your cheeks are generally lighter than the rest of your body. You don't want to swatch the jawline because your jawline is typically darker than the rest of your body. And you don't want to swatch the hand because who knows what color you may come up with. You generally want to swatch that chest area, like I said, so that when people look at you and they're looking at your face and your chest will match up and they won't see 2 different colors. Now, I hope that you all enjoyed everything that I had to say. If you found this video interesting, entertaining, or informative, don't forget to press that thumbs up button. And if you're watching this channel and you're not subscribed, go right on ahead and press the subscribe button. And while you're at it, don't forget to press the alert bell so that you can be alerted every time I post a new video. Now, I am on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, all under keywords fashion, beauty, wine. Now, again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching my video today. I wish you all nothing but peace, love, fashion, beauty, and wine. Bye-bye. Thank you.